Hi lovelies, welcome back to the channel. Let's quickly watch this clip.
Women would rather be celibate for the rest of their lives than to ever spend time with us. What have we done? At this point, I feel like we've ruined everything. She would rather hang out with God all day isolated than to ever want to hang out with us again. Could you blame them?
Guy, women are so strict, bro. You can just be vibing and talking. I mean, why they've set a deadline for you. If you don't come correct, if you don't act right by this time next week, it's all over, Jackie. It's all over. On to you. They're just thinking everything is normal. Your time is ticking.
These women are not playing around anymore. They're not trying to get hurt. It is strict as hell out here. It's like one little mistake, you got one strike with them, and then they're just like cutting you off. It's like, damn, baby, I'm trying to get my feet up under myself. Like, give me a day or something to work on it.
These girls are so strict. I was talking to one girl at the end of the year, and she made it very clear to me that she likes a guy that says good morning. She likes good morning texts. I missed one morning of saying good morning. You know, since that day, I haven't found her. She removed me on everything. I don't know where she's gone. I haven't seen her. I can't even remember her username. But that's so out of order. Like, I don't even wake up and say good morning to God every morning, but you demand that I say it to you every morning. No, you are not my God. You are not God Almighty. Like, what the hell? Bro, she just deleted me. I was thinking one day I was going to text her in the afternoon. I can't find the girl. I can't find her, bro. And I'm thinking, like, I've gone onto Insta. She's gone, bro. Like, that's what you call strict. Like, she stood on business. I missed one morning of saying good morning, and she just, I can't find her up until this day. I'm not still looking for her because I don't give a fuck. You get me? You're not Jesus Christ, bro. But it's like, she really stood on business with me. Like, I missed one time saying good morning, and I haven't heard or smelt her again.
And the reason for this is very obvious because we see this on a daily basis. Men do not know how to conduct themselves. Men, if you let men, they are going to assault you. They're going to invade your privacy. Many men are disrespectful by default. Many men are aggressive by default. Many men are verbally abusive and physically abusive by default. Many men do not know how to conduct themselves. Many men are misogynistic manipulators. The list goes on and on. Saying that women are strict is literally just because women are setting their standards high. And so many of them cannot meet up. They think it's too much. They think it's too high. But this is the only way you win as a woman, by being strict and being serious about it, because these men seem to not know where to draw the line. So many men do not know how to behave, not unless they are told what to do and given strict rules. Let's watch this clip together.
It's like, okay, dude, yeah, I guess you could make the case that, like, grape is bad for certain people.
No.
For certain people.
No, it's bad for everyone.
No, it's only bad for certain people. Here, like, there's women, you agree, who have orgasmed during SA.
That has nothing to do with whether it's SA.
Bro.
That has nothing to do with whether it's SA. Are you kidding me?
Bro, I didn't say whether or not it's SA. I said during SA.
What does it have to do with anything?
Well, bro, if that's the case, right, then was it bad for them?
Yes.
Why?
Absolutely.
Why?
I gotta get off Reddit. You know how some men like to tell women, pick better men. This is a text exchange. I'm gonna read it because I know it's tiny. This is a text exchange between two women. The world is full of shit people. LOL. Her friend says, what do you mean? I'm drunk and angry. Worst date ever. Remind me in the morning to stop dating. That would be awesome. Her friend says, what happened? Ready? He tried to guilt me for not going over to his house after our date. Told me everything I wanted to hear. Pretended to want the same things. Talked the talk. When it came down to it, he was like, so, do you want to come over? And I was like, well, it's getting late. I work tomorrow, but I'd like to see you again if you're up to it. And he was like, so that's it? Wined and dined and you won't come over? And I was like, well, this is our first date. And I said, I'd like to see you again. And he was like, is that what you thought this was? I was so caught off guard. I said, you literally called me and asked me if I would like to go on a date with you. Those were your words. And he was like, you really knew what this was, though. And I said, I literally thought this was a date because you asked me on one and I had a good time up until now. And he was like, so you're really not going to come over? And I was like, we talked about taking things slow and agreed we wanted to see where things would go and to see if there was potential in actually dating each other after our many talks about what we wanted. If you're not sitting, sit down. He looked me dead in the eyes and said, I did all of this because I wanted to be a decent guy. I only wanted one thing from you. Looks like I'm not about to get it. I was so fucked up after he said that, I literally turned around and walked away from him and got into my car and drove off. He called me and was like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean that. I just hung up and blocked him.
Now, it's going to surprise you the number of men who think this way just by taking a lady on a date and paying for dinner, paying for a cup of coffee. He deserves access to her body. Like, men are that entitled. Imagine going out with a man with that kind of mentality. That kind of man is capable of rape. We heard from the first clip how the first man was a rape apologist. These are the kinds of men out there. And a lot of men would argue that it is not all men, but it is always a man. It is actually the majority of men. And some people may ask why I say it's the majority. I think the internet is a reflection of who we are individually. I think if the majority of women are complaining and saying the same thing, that alone is a reflection of a large number of people. If the number of femicide is going up by the day, that alone is a reflection of the type of men and the quality of men that we are dealing with on a daily basis. If misogyny is not going down but skyrocketing, it tells us the kind of men in our society. If religion, if these extremist religious people boldly talking down on women and being misogynistic, it shows us what the average man is. If we have people like Andrew Tate that have large platforms and have young men listening to him and applying his teachings to their lives, these are confirmations that it's a large percentage of men. It's not just a few. The internet is literally a reflection of who we are as people. It's still it's the same human beings that we see when we go out, that we see on the internet. It's still the same man.
What would you do if you did get a girl pregnant?
Hit the road? Nah, I'm playing. As long as it's not a girl.
These are more quotes from men who call themselves husbands. You think you're safe? I'll stand outside, I'll light the house on fire, and I'll smell your flesh burning. Never ruin that pretty face because it's all you've got going for you. No one raped you. You're too ugly for that. When I was pregnant, I caught my husband cheating. He responded, "Go tell someone who cares." Next time you nag me, I won't stop until your daughter is motherless. After having an emergency C-section, first thing my husband said was, "You can't even have a baby the right way." After battling stage 3 breast cancer, my husband said, "Go look at your body in the mirror. That's why I don't sleep with you."
The way that a lot of you men find it appropriate to mistreat and talk down on women you've been intimate with is actually quite astounding to me, really. It's giving you like men. I don't think you like women. I actually think you might hate women, and I just don't support it. I think that y'all are corny as fuck, and I think that it's very egotistical and it shows your true colors. Like, if you don't value and respect women that you've been intimate with, you're trash. You're trash and you're not a man. No, but seriously, if you find it necessary for you to badmouth and talk down on and disrespect a woman that you've been intimate with in order to feed your fragile ego, you've got a lot of growing up to do. You're a child. You're trash. You're a child. You need therapy. And you need to probably look in the mirror and learn what your internal issues are, because it's very telling. You're not secure as a man.
Yeah, we see it every day on this internet, how men body shame women, call women washed up, used up. When you think a woman has been with a lot of men, sometimes it's the husband calling their wives washed up and used up. No one is going to be with you anymore. No one is going to want you anymore. You're used up. I don't have any need for you and all of that. Most times it's the husband. Most times it's women that have carried babies for these men. 2 babies, 3 babies, more babies, a lot of babies. And they get shamed once the man is done with them.
No one's going to marry you. No one's going to want to take over that. I know a lot of people are going to take over 2 kids and an aunt and your situation. Nobody's going to want that. You're a broken wife. I'll be the first to warn whoever wants to know.
These are things that women have put up with for years. And so many women had to endure this, is still enduring this because of some reasons like finance. They can't help themselves. Some women don't know where to start from. So many women do not know how to pick up themselves and, start afresh. So many women don't even know how to live life by themselves because all their lives they got married and got with these men from a very young age. So many women don't even know how to live without the man. So many women are trapped in abusive marriages, both emotionally abusive, mentally abusive, physically abusive, because they're not even capable of seeing beyond that man. He made sure of it. For most of it, being with a man is detrimental to a woman's life. It's not easy to take yourself out from an abusive situation where almost all your life you're used to being body shamed, you're used to verbal abuse. If you stay long enough people that have stayed long enough in those environments don't even know how to pick themselves up from those environments. Most of them don't even believe that they're worth anything anymore. And so many of them, because they don't want to lose their kids, because they don't have nothing to fall back to, they stay in those situations. So it's a lot of reasons for different people. So many women have faced their dooms because they've had to deal with men. Like we all know, according to statistics, a husband is the most dangerous person to his wife. He can end your life in a twinkle of an eye. So the mere fact that you decide to be with a man is dangerous to your life, is a danger. You're putting yourself at risk. Recently, about 2 days ago, I saw a clip on TikTok where a wife was telling her husband, she was recording her husband, and she was telling him in case he ever wants to be with another woman, in case he doesn't want her and her child anymore, that he should just feel free to leave them alone and go. Like she's never going to hold him back. She's never going to nag him. She's not going to hold any vendetta against him. But he should never feel the need to end her life or her kid's life to be with another woman. And she was dead serious when she was saying this to the man. But that was not a funny clip because this is actually what happens on a daily basis. This is something that we've seen so many times. Just because a man craves a new life with his side chick, with another woman, he ends up ending the life of an innocent woman and innocent kids. So I understood where that woman was actually coming from. It wasn't content. It was actually not content. So the mere fact that women have to actually think of that shows you the risk that is involved when you decide to deal with a man, when you're in close proximity with a man, particularly as a spouse.
Well, not the first one. I don't speak to her. It was my starter kid bitch. I ain't know nothing about picking no woman. I picked a raggedy ass bitch and she gave me a raggedy ass child. I ain't mad at him. I just don't fuck with him. They can tell I pity him when I talk to him. I be like,
so you don't get along with your daughter neither?
No, hell no. My daughter grew up under her mama's tutelage. What do you think happens when they grow up under the tutelage of their mama? It's my fault for everything.
Have you dated your daughter's friend?
Oh, yeah, that kind of had a little. My daughter, the truth is my daughter don't know.
Okay, because I see you talk about it.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why this nigga daughter might be mad at him because he fucked his daughter's friend.
Well, my daughter has issues that come from growing up without a dad. Like, one of these young ladies who grew up without the influence of a moral man are lost. The way they think, the way they dress, they go get BBLs as soon as they get some money. What's happening to them is they have not grown up with that balance of knowing what it's like to have a moral man around them. Most of the men around them are the men trying to smash. Right. Fortunately, my daughter, who is highly intelligent though,
right?
You know what I'm saying? She's very smart, but she grew up under her mama. So when I said that, I don't give a fuck, all that shit, you know what I'm saying? So what can I do? So many men, their daughter don't like them.
Right.
And it shouldn't be a whole neighborhood where the fathers aren't liked by their offspring. It just shouldn't be this way.
Right.
But this is the way it is.
Right.
And going back to my daughter's friend, that's not my offspring. And like I say, a lot of my daughter friends are in poverty.
Most of these men would do anything but take accountability for their actions. But you think it's a young little boy talking, not knowing that that's a grown-up man, that's a grown-ass man, referring to his own, like talking like a child. And here's the thing, most men do not call out the BS of other men out enough, because he was literally talking to a man, a fellow man. So why make him that comfortable to tell you those nonsense? Why are you letting him be that comfortable to talk ill about a woman if you don't share the same sentiment?
We can see even from, statistics, women divorcing more, birth rates declining, women not wanting to be in relationships with men as much anymore.
Yeah.
There's a reason for it, and I genuinely think it's because of men's behaviour. It's the only thing that's really changing is the behaviour is getting worse, but also women's liberation is going up. With that liberation is, again, women setting standards for themselves, not ones that they've been conditioned to believe that were set by men. Absolutely. But then you're seeing...
What a great time to be alive.
But then you're seeing men push back on that because they don't like it. And so I think that actually a lot of women do recognise that there's, not so much, I don't want to use the word dangers,
the risks, maybe?
Yeah, I think there's a lot more risks that women might be thinking about when it comes to relationships.
Yes.
But also the dependency of needing a man in the past is not there anymore.
Yeah.
Financial independence.
Yeah.
The concept of I don't have to be a mum. I don't have to have a family.
I don't need to have a ring.
There we go. So it's like, what, and this sounds really harsh to men, and I genuinely don't mean it to, but women are asking themselves a lot more, what's the appeal of men?
Yeah.
Right? Because men have always gone, well, I'm a protector and a provider.
Yeah.
Men are not protectors and providers in today's society. I'm sorry, they're not.
They're not.
And the way that men try to push that they are is they'll say things like, oh, men make up the police force, men make up the military.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, that's less than 1% of men in the UK.
Yeah.
Right? So
Well,
the
where
other
are the rest of you guys?
A lot of women, they don't want a relationship. They actually want a slave.
This is a warning to all the young kids out there. This is how you're going to look. You see this person right here? Prime example of how you're going to be in 20, 30 years when you're miserable and still complaining about how it's a woman's fault and women ain't shit and this and that. Use that as a mirror into your future. Remember I said recently that I was on a TikTok live with a bunch of 50, 60, and potentially even 70-year-olds that were absolutely miserable, just going off about how women are no good? How you 60 talking about women ain't good? You're supposed to be a man who's supposed to be a leader, and you can't lead the right person? Whose fault is that? Also, you spend a lot of time talking about protecting your wallet. Not for nothing, sir, but you drive like a bus. You don't make enough money to have to worry about protecting your wallet. Most of y'all don't make enough money. I don't make enough money to talk about protecting my wallet. That's why I don't talk about that. Pretty much every guy that says that never makes enough money. And no shade to bus drivers, but if you're a bus driver, this is not a concern for you. Trust me. You got other concerns. Oh, I forgot to mention, instead of bashing women, you should be prioritizing your health, which right now is in desperate need of your attention.
You don't need men anymore. Burn. So they don't choose the way they used to. They don't care about your money anymore. They generally make more than you anyway. Burn. They don't really care about your status. Often high status just means you're a bit of a prick. Burn. They don't even really care about your looks. Many women prefer dad bods to abs. Burn. It's now about, do you feel safe to be around? Not boring safe, not passive safe, but regulated, grounded, and solid. Because if she has her own life, her own money, and her own independence, the only reason she stays is how you make her feel.
Ladies, keep your rules strict. Keep your standards high up there. Don't be scared to be single. Don't be scared to be child-free by choice. It is your choice. It is your body. Like, be stingy with your bodies. Be stingy with your time. Be as strict as possible. Do not give them access to you. Access to you should be earned. If you must be with a man, then he has to prove himself to you. Yes. He has to prove himself to you. Don't let them guilt trip you into thinking you're too difficult, you're being too strict. Any man that says that is a suspect. It's literally a crime for you as a woman to not protect yourself from men, to not test men before you give them access into your life. It is a taboo for you not to test them first. It is a taboo for you not to have strict rules. Because I tell you, you are opening up yourself to a can of worms. You are opening up yourself to danger if you give men access to you without strict rules, without testing them, without properly accessing them if they're actually worth it, without letting them meet your standards. Anyways, I'd love to know if you've come across any of these types of men in real life and how your experience was and how you dealt with it. Thank you all for watching. I remain your girl Joy, and don't forget to like this video if you found it educating, insightful in any way, and of course don't forget to share to anyone you think might be interested in this conversation. I'll see you in my next video. Have a blessed day, stay safe, stay blessed, stay strict, and stay wicked. Have a blessed day. Bye.